Hello.
Welcome to another Q&A pod.
Oh yeah, so yeah, another Q&A, so many questions from you guys, so much to answer, and we're happy to do so. But before we start, some news. Halloween Horror Nights. If you haven't been last year or the year before that, the most main feature that has been in Halloween Horror Nights is The Walking Dead. And it is returning for the 25th year. So yeah, that's coming back, which is no surprise really. It's a big thing. It's going to be bigger and better as always. Obviously, if you didn't know, it's the 25th year of Halloween Horror Nights, so a lot of old things are coming back. Freddy and versus Jason is coming back, and that's, so far we know, it's 9 houses, so it's going to be the biggest one yet. So our advice for that is to try and get a frequent scare pass, because it looks like it's going to be more than a one-nighter to try and cover all of the houses, because it does get quite busy on there. Tangled show, the musical is arriving on, is it November the 2015 on a Disney Magic cruise,
which is exciting.
Shame it's not coming to Walt Disney World, but it's still good because it gives us
one day.
It may be one day, but it gives us an opportunity to actually go on a cruise, maybe persuade us, because we do love Tangled. It's probably one of our favourite.
Looks like another year of beans and toast again. No cheese though, can't afford the cheese.
No, cheese singles. So yeah, so that's coming. There's been a video on that showing about the set production and everything. It looks amazing. It's going to be huge. So if you are going on Disney Magic from after November of 2015, you're going to have that musical. Let us know if you do watch it.
Yeah, and let us know what you think about it.
And that'll be awesome, because we really want to.
We really want to find out.
We want to see Pascal. Like Pascal. Trying to think of other things. Oh yes, the big thing that we are really happy about, because we're definitely going to do it, hopefully when we go in October, is the Garden Grill in Epcot.
Oh yes, I was wondering that.
Garden Grill in Epcot is traditionally open for dinner time, but now it is going to be open for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
Yeah!
So it's going to be having a breakfast buffet and
have a lunch and
which is similar to dinner, but it's going to be a little bit smaller. It's going to be a little bit cheaper. But all the characters are going to be there, from Mickey, Chip and Dale, Pluto. And there's going to be some awesome food and loads of stuff like that. And it's going to have Mickey waffles to apparently Chip and Dale buns, like Cinnabons.
I hope they're not chipmunk buns.
No, they're not going to be that, but yeah, themed of that. So that's going to be really good. It's going to be really awesome. And obviously, if you didn't know, in July this month it was 60th anniversary Disneyland, California.
Yay!
So they had a big celebration. They had all the celebrities from Dick Van Dyke, all big celebrities, in a big party, which we were invited to.
And 16th birthday to Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yes. We love Aerosmith and we love the Rock and Roller Coaster. So yeah, 16th anniversary. I think that's about it.
I think that's it for the moment.
Let us get on with your questions.
Move over.
Move that to the side and let us sort out your questions, because you have been sending them in your loads.
Yeah, we've had loads and loads of questions. Thank you guys. We're gonna select some right now and pick them out. I really apologise if we miss you. You know, we are getting tons now. We're getting a lot compared to our very first Q&A that we did. We're getting loads. We're trying to collate as many as possible and answer as many as we can, so please, we do apologise if we do miss you.
If you do miss us, just let us know on Twitter or Instagram, or in the comments say, you forgot my one, and then we'll just say what was the question, we'll do it again. So nothing, no bad ends.
No, there's no malice involved or anything like that. You have a lot of questions.
Question number one is from Jessica Crafts from Instagram. Hi Jessica, thank you very much for your question. And they said that they're going for the first time in October, and their dad is 6'8", and how are the height restrictions in Disneyland and Busch Gardens? Love watching videos, seen everyone. Thank you very much, Jessica, for your kind comments and for the question. To be honest, for height restrictions, there's really not an issue, to be honest. There are a couple of rides that have like low visual restrictions.
To be honest, it's more the minimum height, really,
it's the big thing
on most of them. I think really my best bet is to, if you just check out their websites, all the theme parks websites, they will have all the restrictions and have all the height restrictions actually listed.
Yes.
You know, for every ride. That could help you out a lot.
Disney, I've heard, is very much it's a very height-friendly theme park. There are a couple of things that, like, It's a Small World.
Yeah, it's like
the kid rides
the
are
mine
quite short.
train as well. We've noticed, because we're 5'7", 5'8". The mine train we noticed that sometimes one of our legs can be quite close to you, or you're trying to move yourself away from each other because no, it is a little bit tight. But that's what I would suggest is going on their websites before you go. They will have all the restrictions, all the height restrictions and everything like that on there. Also as well, when you're actually there, you can actually speak to the cast member or the staff member that's at the front of the queue and just say, is this cool to actually go on? Yeah, they're the best people to actually give you as much information for the ride.
I've read a couple of forums that have said that people have said it is friendly, but again, like Steph said, just check, just make sure. The ones that I would probably say are the kids rides, they're probably the hardest ones because obviously they're designed for kids and because you're like 6'8", which is so high. But
as well, you got to realise in America they have a lot of tall people.
Do indeed.
You've got fabulous heights. So I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much, Jessica.
Have a wonderful time.
Yes, have a fantastic time in October. So the next one comes from just says JRG. I don't know how the last name meant to be pronounced. Hi. The question is, if you don't mind asking, how did you manage to get the discount book that you had in the video when we were in Splitsville? Part 2 question, but I'll ask the first part. We were basically given that when we booked it with the Walt Disney Company in the UK. So when you book it, when you get all your letters and all your
confirmation and new travel details.
Like this is a couple weeks before you go. It has a book and it basically has all the discounts that are available in the Disney area. This isn't just everywhere in Orlando, it's just in the Disney area, and then you just basically sign your room number, what date you arrived, hand it over to them, and they take the discount off the bill. You've got some merchandise, food, snacks, I think, on particular places. But yeah, it's a really, really good book. I hope that answers your question. And the next one is, did you purchase a SIM card for your mobile, or did you use the services provided in the UK? We pretty much turned everything off. The only thing we kept on was the Wi-Fi. Yeah. Wi-Fi was a big thing because obviously
Wi-Fi is quite accessible around all the parks. It's only SeaWorld. I don't know if they've changed it now, but SeaWorld, there are only free Wi-Fi in the Shamu Stadium and where are the food areas?
Food areas, and also I think the Horizon.
Yeah, so it was only selected ones. I don't know if that was a way of getting everybody to see the shows. I'm not sure. But yeah, that was quite difficult. But when it comes to like Universal and Disney, they have
everywhere
Wi-Fi everywhere.
You can buy really cheap cell phones in America for like $20 and you get a SIM card and you can text them, but it doesn't include Wi-Fi. It's just very cheap.
I mean, just be really careful with those as well, because like, if they are like top-ups, it will charge you, instead of, it's called credits, it's called units, and so it will take so many units to send something, and then it will take so many units to receive a message as well. So you know, that's something else to take into account of. Even though they are cheap, sometimes it can be a little bit expensive when topping up, because you actually, you know, it costs you money to receive it.
Exactly.
Even if it's from an American phone to another American number.
Don't understand it, but hey, that's the American.
But stick with your Wi-Fi, stick with the social media.
Yeah, stick with Wi-Fi, Jay. Hope that helps your question. Thank you very much. So the next one we've got is from Joker1297.
Bloody fly.
Don't like flies.
Get out!
Sorry. So the next question is from Joker1297. The question is, thank you very much for your question, by the way. It said, when you were cast members, what were your positions?
Well, we worked at the Rose and Crown in Epcot.
Rose and Crown in Epcot. Our position was just really international cultural representative.
It was CRP, so cultural representative, and we were representing our country, but also as well we were in the food and beverage section. So when you very first start out, you actually work over in the chippy, to working on the beer cart, to the podium where you get greeted by, and then when you get further into your program, you then become a server or a bartender, or you can be a stocker or anything like that.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the positions. There were so many, we were international culture representatives. That was the main title of us. But we were so many roles.
There was the merch side, merchandise side, and then the food and bev.
Well, thank you very much for the question, Joker1297. I hope that helps you out. So the next question is from S. Williams.
Hi.
The partner are going to be going in next September, and staying in the All-Star Music Resort, the same place that we saw. So you enjoy that place, it's really nice.
It's really fun.
Really good place. I've heard mixed reviews about the transport system. I'm sure it wasn't from us. So I was just wondering, as you stayed there, will we be waiting a long time for buses at the parks? Well, S. Williams.
We will say it's similar to waiting for a bus here. Some days it would be spot on, like for the morning times, they would have a cast member outside with a clipboard that actually monitors the times of the buses. But then when they leave, I don't know what happens.
A timetable flies off somewhere, just goes.
They say it's a 20-minute wait.
There is no actual time.
There is no actual time, but they do state that they will try and get the buses to, you know, to arrive at least like every 20 minutes.
But there are days when you are waiting for a very long time, over 20 minutes, you're thinking, this is crazy, and you say, surely, Steph, that not one bus is going to turn up, is it? And guess what happens? 3 buses turn up. Yeah. All at the same time.
Yeah. That's it as well, because of All Stars, 3 hotels in the actual resort. So it would be sports first, then music, and then movies. So you've got to take that into account, like that they stop in different spots. If you see there's a lot, if there's a big queue in the queuing bit where, you know, you want to go to a certain park, you know that it's coming. You know, one's not arrived. Maybe. If you see no one there at all, you might have missed it. No, they are good. They are good. They will get you there. The only thing that we can suggest is do not kind of rely on them last minute if you've got reservations for anything or any fast passes or anything like that. Make sure that you're at least an hour, possibly an hour and a half, something like that, to get into the park. Because we've had it where we've been like 20 minutes late or half an hour late for a reservation because of the buses, and it felt like being in school again where you're like, sorry I'm late, bus was late. They're, like I said, they're a good job, but you know, they have days where they're just good and bad. And as they say, frustration, they're just doing their job. As well, you've got people who have got disabilities on the bus, so sometimes you've got to take that into account. They may take longer because they have to unload the bus transport. But to be honest, that's almost the same as any other sort of transportation, free transportation, you know, even off property as well. So if you're staying like off Disney property and they have a free shuttle to go to Universal and to, you know, to Disney and SeaWorld and all them, it's exactly the same. Sometimes they're late, sometimes they're busy, sometimes, you know, there's too many people on the bus, so therefore they can't accept you. But
there you go.
You won't be left stranded.
You'll get there. You'll
get there. But if you've got any reservations and stuff like that, don't leave everything to the last minute. So
thank you very much for the question. Thank you. Williams. I hope that helps you out. So the next one we've got is from Oliver Lloyd. So they said, my son is a really fussy eater. What food would what's the food like on the plane? Is it good for kids? And food or none of that sort of stuff. So depending on the flight, pretty much the best food that we've eaten is from Virgin. They do, but obviously we're talking as adults. From what we've seen from kids' foods, I've seen, like, just glancing over, it looks pretty decent. It's like nice and healthy. Yeah, it's like the American food bit in the plane is not good, but on the British side, when you go, because even with British Airways when we went last time recently, the food on the way to America was really great, even though we had a turbulence issue. But on the way home, I mean, which you will see in a few weeks' time when that comes out, and you'll actually see what. Like normally when you fly, this wasn't the trip we've been on before. When we flew on the way home from America, for some reason they love to give you croissants. The only suggestion is if he is a fussy eater, there are loads of like little shops and stuff before you actually board the plane, like Boots. You know, you could go to Boots or go to the cafes, pick some sandwiches or some crisps or whatever, and then you've got to back up then, and then that way, you know, you're not gonna. Yeah, like so after security, when you've passed it and you're about to get on the plane, you can shop around. You can go to Obviously, we don't say go to McDonald's. No. And buy a burger, because you're gonna stink the place out. We mean like a sandwich and a cold drink and crisp. Don't buy a pizza or go to Frankie and Benny's. They can't take that to go. No. No. So yeah, we're talking about cold food, chocolates and stuff like that, if you know, that will work for you. So we hope that answers your question, Oliver. Thank you very much for asking. Oh, this fly, don't worry. Stupid fly, hate the summer. Stupid fly. So we've got our next question from Natasha Monk, another question from you. Hi, thanks very much for it. My youngest children have a condition, it's called EB for short. Anyway, they both require dressing meds and was wondering on the procedure regarding at the parks. Okay. So they said obviously if they need emergency dressings, no scissors will need. So is there like if you bring a hospital letter and stuff? Well, in Disney and Universal they do have medical bits. Yeah, every park will have a first aid section.
that will have everything to your heart's content.
Yes, literally.
Here's a real top tip, right?
Top
every
tip.
parent out there, don't worry too much if you haven't got any plasters, because if you go over to these places and say, oh, I've got a blister on my foot, they give you loads and loads of plasters.
Like a wedge.
For free.
So don't question it, then just go, here.
And they're big ones, small ones, some as big as your head.
You can go there before and just ask them about whatever the condition that the child has, and they'll just go through it with you, and they'll help you out. Don't worry, they're not going to leave you stranded with anything, but they do help, and they do have fantastic facilities there in Universal Disney.
Another way to be peace of mind is call up the customer services as well.
Yeah, just give them a ring.
Just give them a ring, and just for your peace of mind, really, because then you get another second option. But there is somewhere where you can go, and someone will help assist you and to help you out with everything. Hope
that helps you, Natasha. Thank you very much for the question.
Have a great time.
Have a great time with the kids. Next question is from Elena Greenslade. I think that's how you spell it. Hello Elena, thank you very much for your question. They said, for next Q&A, what would you advise guests staying on International Drive to get to the parks for a rope drop? Depending on if it has extra magic hours, if it doesn't, we would recommend to go super early. I would say leave like 7.
The earliest bus you can do.
Earliest is 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Get there, you're there, you're ready, you're pumped, you can go straight there and watch the rope drop.
I mean, if you get there like super early, like you're there at like, I don't know, 6:45 in the morning, and no one else is there or anything, you could go over to the resorts, you know, catch the monorail and go to the resorts around there and just have a little check out and stuff like that. Yeah, that's true. You know, because then that way you're in the area, and then you're just a monorail away to go to the Magic Kingdom, and then you can see it there.
So thank you very much for your question.
Get that.
Elena.
Knows my sorrow.
Okay, so the next question we got is from Jonathan Gladstone. Hello Jonathan, hi. Thank you very much for your question. Apart from Disney / Orlando, what other holiday destinations would you like to do? Yeah, so where would you like to go?
What countries? Oh, sorry.
New York, I like to go to.
Yeah, we like New York. I would actually love to do like a tour around America, so I'll have a few nights in like San Fran, and a few nights in Vegas, a few nights in California, a few nights in New York. Try to do a little hop. That would be awesome. Love to. You want to go to Italy, don't you?
Italy, si.
Si.
I want to go to Italy. I love Italy. It's a great country, and I love the food. I like pizza.
He's honest.
I want the pizza. We want to go to Asia just to
we really
experience it, because it's such a weird country.
It's such a wonderful, quirky place.
It's so much fun, and we want to just experience it and just, I don't know.
And I think that's it as well, because when we actually lived out in Florida, stayed in, I shared a flat with someone from Japan and someone from China, and they were the most amazing people. And they were telling me all about their cultures and what they do, and one of them even used to cook food for me and my friend Amy, and she would just leave it in a container in the fridge with our labels on it, and it was just like the most authentic like cuisine food that they have, and it's just the most loveliest thing. You know, and it's always been something on our bucket list anyway to do. So one day we want to go there. Yeah. We'd love to go to Australia, really.
Yeah, just the flight.
It's the flight. You know,
obviously we're saying that
the flight will be okay.
Obviously we're saying about Asia, which is pretty much nearer the same amount, but nearly 24. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I think I can take Asia flights. I can do that, but Australia, I think it's.
I'd love to go to Africa as well.
Africa, yeah, safari. We want to do a safari, like a proper safari. Obviously, the Disney do is the best, but.
Actually, I just want to go backpacking. I'll just go backpacking.
Just go backpacking. So we'll just vlog our time at backpacking. Do that. Hawaii
as well.
Hawaii.
It's not looking like beans and toast anymore.
Pop noodle.
It's gonna be rice cake.
It's gonna be pop noodles, 50p yet. So, hope that answers your question, Jonathan. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So the next one we've got is from Gary Hastings. Hey Gary, thank you very much for your question. They said, I have a question for you guys. I'm hitting Florida Universal and I've booked a heap of things to do, but might have overlooked a few things other than the parks. And anything that you recommend? I'm doing Discovery Cove, NASA, and Halloween Horror Nights, but no Disney. Really? No Disney? kind of a...
Still have fun with that, Disney.
Is there anything around Cabana Bay for a chill day? Shopping, food, etc. From Gary and Cardiff. Because you're near International Drive, you're near Cabana Bay, you can go to the premium outlets and International Drive on the other side.
Yeah.
So we've got shopping down there. We've never stayed in Cabana Bay, but Cabana Bay do have a bowling alley.
Yeah.
So obviously you've got City Walk, which has a lot of shopping places there and loads of restaurants to choose from. Indoor skydiving. Go to Fun Spot. It's huge.
It's huge.
That's like a...
It's like a fairground.
It's like when you go to Brighton and you go to like a pier and you have to pay tokens to go on a ride.
Yeah.
It's like that basically.
Yeah.
But it's really fun.
And they have the most bizarrest sort of like go-kart sort of obstacles. They can frighten the life out of you. But there's loads of other places. You've got Ripley's, believe it or not. There are some great dining experiences as well. So you've got the medieval times to the pirate experience, is it?
Pirate experience. You've got Sleuth's dinner
murder mysteries. That's fun.
Got that.
Got mini golf as well. Mini golf to your heart's content.
Everywhere. It's pirate themed, Disney themed, Christmas themed, everything.
Yeah.
One thing that I would suggest that we have been to but we've never done it on our channel. If you are there for the season, I would actually recommend to go to a basketball match.
Yeah.
I tell you what, we're not basketball fans, but our friends took us. So much fun. Orlando Magic.
At the AM Centre. And that's in downtown Orlando.
So much fun. Oh,
experiencing a sports match is incredible.
So
sports game. It's really fun.
Recommend it. Yeah. I'm sure you can find really cheap tickets online, and I one day want to get there, and I want to get a t-shirt from the t-shirt gun. I need them. One of those t-shirts. I love those t-shirt guns. Why we have them in the UK, I don't understand. They're so much fun.
If there's anything else that you're thinking of doing, I mean, Attraction Tickets Direct, if you go on their site, you could just look up on some of the excursions that they have there, and it might go, oh, actually, yeah. The
best thing to do is to do your research. Obviously, don't take what we're saying. Just take some things that we got and then just research it, have a look into detail. You know, it depends on what you want to do. We could be sitting there going to dinner shows, and you might want to go to dinner show, but YouTube is such a vast thing, you can find any videos of it, can't you? So
yeah, exactly.
It can help you decide, oh, that looks really fun. So have a look at that for you, Gary. Hope it answers your question. Thank you very much for asking. I have another question on Grumpy Bear Cherno. Thank you very much for your question. Grumpy Bear Cherno.
Oh, cool.
Grumpy Bear Cherno. So here's the question. They said, I know you spoke about magic bands, and I noticed on April vlog Dave had a look like a monorail one. Where did you get this from? So,
if you've got the stickers here.
We still have the stickers, but basically I got them from a website called The Dib. On The Dib, which is like a forum place where people talk about Disney stuff, which we're part of, there's like an advertising bit. It's My Skins, I think it's called, something like that. I'll leave the link in the description for you so you can check it out. And they do loads of different designs. And the one that I bought, I got all the colours from the monorail, and I love the look of them. And you just basically just stick them over your magic bands. They still work. You can buy ones that don't cover the Mickey,
the Mickey logo on your
front.
You can
have ones that completely cover it, or ones that don't. And I took the ones that completely cover it because I like the look of them. The only thing I suggest if you do buy some of them, don't have sun cream on your hands.
Yeah, suntan lotion tends to wear the thing out.
The paint rubs off, so...
But luckily you've got spares.
Yeah, I've got spares, so... But they do work underwater, they are very well done, they're well made, and they're fantastic. And Disney now are starting to bring out their own versions now of fantastic. Make sure to have a look at them, but if you want the stickers, I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to check out. They're really good, really well reasonable, and they're really quick as well, like really speedy delivery. Speedy. Arriba! Yeah, so we hope that answers your question, Grumpy Bear Cherno. Thanks very much for asking. So the next one we got is from Callum Bucock. And he goes, hi Callum, thanks for another question from you as well. So they said, this is a weird question, but love seeing people think about it. Now I really thought about this question. I really did.
Maybe you should answer this one then.
I really went into detail, but it's like a cheat because this ride already came out. So I'll ask the question for you. Okay, so if you could create and build a ride and attraction for any park, each describe your creation and which park would you have it in and why. So my one is when you go to Universal Studios, you walk through the door and you've got the Shrek and the whatever, and you turn right and there's like the Hollywood section where Terminator is. Right, picture this people, picture this, because this is, if you completely change that area and make it Hill Valley from 1955, when he goes back into the past where his parents are, and where the horror makeup section is, I've been there and it's alright, but it should be there for Halloween. It shouldn't be there all the time. So I think they should get rid of that, and they should make a new Back to the Future ride, a simulator ride, but instead of bringing back the old show that it used to be, do an animated series to kind of get the kids into it, because they probably won't know what Back to the Future is, and it kind of rekindles your sort of memory of it. That's kind of my thing. But change everything from the outside as well. So where the diner is, that should be Joe's Cafe where they have the film, and they should have all the cars from the film on the streets. So like the DeLorean to Biff's car to, I don't know, other cars and all sort of that sort of stuff, and that would be really cool because it would bring back the ride because it was so popular, bring people into some sort of knowledge about the film. I have a shop as well dedicated to Back to the Future. Boom.
Done. I'm going.
Go.
Give me my money.
A seasonal pass holder for the rest of my life.
Take my money.
Do you know what I mean? Literally just take my dollar. That's what I do. So
that answers your question.
That answers your question. Because I've been talking about this stuff for a long time. When you asked the question, Callum,
even
I literally
at bedtime, you do not realise, Callum, what sort of question you gave him.
2 in the morning.
Because
Steph.
I'll be there lying there and I'll be like, Dave, please, just go to bed.
No.
And he's going, oh, looking up and everything. So you've literally kept this mad one a live wire, literally.
So
Thanks,
that's
Callum.
what I would do. We need to bring Back to the Future. We need to petition for
yeah, we do need to bring it back.
They brought King Kong back, which is coming back in Universal, if you didn't know that. So that's what I would do. Let me know if you agree with that sort of thing. Boom. So thank you very much for your question, Callum. I can now breathe a sigh of relief.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So the next one is from Rachel Peace. Hello, Rachel.
Hi.
Thank you very much for your question. So they said, I have started thinking of going on a tour or two in the next Disney trip. Is there any tours that you would suggest to go on? Maybe one to avoid? In your opinion, which is worth the expense? You didn't see the video that I got for Steffi's birthday, which was the Wild Africa Trek. That is worth every penny.
It is amazing.
It's an amazing show, tour, sorry.
So good.
So good, isn't it? Yeah. You get harness on. If you just watch the video and you understand, you get harness. You go across the Harambe Safari bit. When you drive in, you kind of go over the bridges that you see on the rides. You get a lot of information from the cast members or the trainers.
And the keepers as well, all the animal keepers.
Yeah. You get
up and close and personal with the. You have a special car that you go around the savannah.
You actually get technically a longer tour on there than you would on the safari ride that you actually go on. So it's actually pretty good.
There's that one and the other one that you took me to as well.
Which was Backstage Safari.
Yeah,
which was actually
Animal Kingdom.
Animal Kingdom. These are both Animal Kingdom. There are loads more, but these are two that we went on, and that was a really good one because you kind of went behind the scenes.
You went into all the theatres and all the, the veterinary sort of areas. And we saw a turtle that had a little tube in his shell because he kept getting fluid into his shell, and so they were draining all the fluid and the air out. And he just sit there and this tube goes.
Yeah. We also saw a rhino, a female rhino. Yeah. We saw elephants.
It was a black rhino. Yeah, the black rhino that wasn't brought out to the actual reserve yet.
And you also find out new hints and tips about things that we found out that hyenas were being introduced into the safari. Like, no one knew about it.
We did!
We did!
You learn interesting facts of, even though like Disney and Universal and SeaWorld, they're all separate companies, but when it comes to animals, they work together, which is quite impressive, really. So even the marine and mammal life, they will work with, like with SeaWorld and Gatorland and places like that.
Yeah,
so they work everywhere.
You also see like the food preparation bit, don't you, as well, which is really cool. You see how they prepare the food for all the animals, and what they show you all the food as well. They say this is all the stuff you give to the elephants, and there's just so much information. It's such an amazing sort of tour. We would definitely recommend that as well. There's one.
If you like going into parks, I mean, Kings to the Kingdom. If you really want to know everything, all the historic facts and the Disney sort of geeky information and stuff, Keys to the Kingdom at Magic Kingdom is pretty much a must, because it will go through everything on why the concrete on the floor is red before you actually walk in, to all the names that are displayed on Main Street, to why they have things displayed. I think they also go down into the tunnels
You go into the depths. So if you are a big Disney fan and you're kind of like, oh, I love Disney, it's a really great thing. But be prepared if you're kind of like you weren't expecting. I wouldn't take kids.
No, there are some that will actually stay. They'll actually have an age restriction for the obvious reasons of there are some things that they can show you but might ruin the magic for other people. So if you are one of those people who likes the the sort of illusion and they like to see magic tricks but they don't want to see how it's done, then
don't do it.
Don't do the backstage thing because sometimes
yeah, so that may happen, but ones to avoid is quite a challenging one because there are some that are the nighttime safari one. I personally wouldn't recommend it. I haven't been on it, but I've seen videos of people do it because all you do is you go to Animal Kingdom Lodge and you have night goggles and you stand outside of the area and you just watch animals at night. I could do that if I stayed in the resort. I could go to the Animal Kingdom restaurant. I could just walk outside and go, there's a giraffe there. Yeah. That's what it pretty much is. And you get like a cast member that kind of goes through everything, and that's good to know, but $50 for that is, or $50 or $70 is not really worth it when you could just walk outside for free.
I mean, they do a big one if you really wanted an all-day sort of backstage, and that is all for parks. And you actually get lunch at Whispering Canyon Cafe, which is pretty alright. But it is a lot. Mind you, it's the same price as
the same price as the Wild Africa Trek.
Yeah.
Which is it's quite expensive, but if you want it, it's an all-day thing, so you will lose out on most of your day. So if you don't want to lose out on the day, I wouldn't recommend it. But if you want to know it, then definitely do it.
Yeah, I mean, some of these things, they are pricey, but especially for anything related to Animal Kingdom and stuff, the money that you actually put towards it is a donation towards the conservation that they have, not only in the park, but actually out in the wild, in the African reserves as well, that they have partnerships with them and everywhere around the world that Disney's connected to, with rescues to, helping conservation and stuff. So that's another thing to kind of take into consideration of, yes, it is a lot of money, but a large percentage of that money will go towards a really good cause.
But thank you very much for your question, Rachel.
Thank you.
Hope that helps you out. The last question of the day is from Nathan White and their family. So hello Layla, hello Darcy, hello Nathan and the family. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you very much for enjoying our videos and for the comments. Quite the question. So they said, would love to know what your favourite Disney character is and mention one of... From when I was a child, I always used to love Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh was always my favourite character because I always grew up with him. But recently, I do love Winnie the Pooh. No issues with him, but I've kind of swayed to another character, Donald. I have a sweet spot for Donald Duck. I quite like him.
Is that because he bullied you in a corner at Animal Kingdom because you didn't have a
well, I do now. I do now. I made a pinky promise and I kept my promise.
Good.
On my band.
Good.
But I have a sweet spot for Donald. I quite like Donald. He's a pretty awesome character.
Yeah, he is quite cool. Yeah. The thing is with me is I don't really have a favourite. I mean, I'm pretty like siding towards Lion King, and if anyone ever said to me, oh well, what's your favourite character in Lion King, I'll go, well, they all are, because all of them are equal, and I can't choose because they'll all get upset. Yeah. But if it was a Disney princess, it would be Rapunzel, 100%. Yeah. Rapunzel, definitely.
Yeah, it's your favourite. And Donald is my favourite. Yeah. Even Winnie the Pooh's, they're all on equal terms.
But you know what, we do actually have, like, even though we've got our own like characters that we like from a movie perspective in Disneyland themselves. I mean, you've got like the Mad Hatter, who's amazing. He's so funny. Merida is fantastic. Well, she's a fantastic girl. That and Gaston as well.
Yeah, definitely. Perfect. If you have a chance to meet any of those two, Merida or Mad Hatter or Gaston, meet any of them. Yeah. You'll have an amazing time. And when you see Merida, just say
Cinnabons.
Talk about Cinnabon. She'll love it.
She'll love the Cinnabons.
She'll love a Cinnabon. But yeah, hope that answers your question, Nathan, Darcy and Layla. Thank you very much. Nice to speak to you guys. And if you have...
Oh, before we actually say, we have an incoming question. I tell you, this is how like fast everything's going. We have just received a tweet. That's why I was looking before.
Tweet.
From Craig 1973. Hello. And they said, love watching your videos. They bring so much fond memories back for us. Could you possibly give us some information on Lake Buena Vista? As we are planning a 3-week stay next July and August, and we're renewing our wedding vows and staying in a Holiday Inn resort in Lake Buena Vista. Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations on renewing your wedding vows. Great.
Perfect area, perfect like place to renew.
The heart of Disney, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say Lake Buena Vista is like one of my favourite areas.
Yeah, because you've got restaurants, you've got shopping.
I always think it's a lot more, you know, the presentation of the area as well is a lot nicer. You're so close as well to downtown Disney as well.
Crossroads, which have loads of great restaurants, from TGI Fridays to Hooters to
Olive Garden as well, which is a lovely place as well.
Olive Garden to, like I said, downtown Disney, you've got loads of shops, like just standard shops you've got down there, and you've got
Celebration that's nearby as well, which is beautiful. I mean, that's probably one place as well that we'll try and record as well while we're out there, is Celebration, which is absolutely such a quaint, proper Truman Show sort of style town.
Definitely.
But yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
So you're in the centre of everything, so everything's accessible. You've got loads of shops and restaurants and stuff. You know, you've got obviously Disney as well, which is a big
It's also as well, it's easy if you're hiring a car as well. It's easy to get onto, you know, iDrive and some of the
I-94 and
yeah. So it's really accessible. We used to live out in Lake Buena Vista and we loved it. We absolutely loved it.
So
and
easy to get everywhere.
October we stayed in Lake Buena Vista, didn't we, at the Clarion Inn?
Yep.
As well.
So awesome place to choose. In 3 weeks, you have a perfect time. We always think that 3 weeks is perfect.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
We used to say 2 weeks was good, but now there's too much now there. It's still impossible to do everything.
So you know. Good time, Craig.
Yeah.
Good time. I hope you have a great time. Thank you very much for your questions.
Thank you so much.
So that's it. It's just no more questions for the moment until this video comes out, and I'm sure you'll give us loads more, which we're more than happy to do.
Yeah, I want to throw something out to you guys. Obviously, sadly, our holiday vacation vlogs are coming to an end. I was editing the last one and I couldn't stop crying. And one thing that we love doing while waiting for our next vacation trip, wherever it is we love to do something once a week, and that is a challenge once a week. What we want to know with you guys, is there any fun challenges that you can think of that we...
Yeah, anything you can think of. Obviously don't do the ones that we've done before. We've done the Bean Boozled challenge, we've done the Chubby Bunny challenge.
Not Bean Boozled, never Bean Boozled.
We've done, you know, stuff like that. So if there's anything you can think of, let us know in the comment section. It'll help us out a lot. That's it. That's today's Q&A. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you enjoyed it,
give us a thumbs up.
If you're new to the channel and you want more questions, just subscribe. Click that red button. Thanks very much for watching, guys, and we'll see you
in the next one.
Bye.